1460 WVOX.
Order up! Order up! Where's the driver? Get him in here! Oh, I'm here! What's the problem? Alright, we got this order. It's going to the Bronx. To the Bronx? We don't deliver down there usually. It's a very good customer, okay? I need you to take it down there. It's on Mooshaloo Parkway, West Mooshaloo Parkway. You just take it down there. It's just north of the Grand Concourse, alright? The two big concrete towers. Two big concrete towers. All right. It's all packed up. It's ready to go. It's all packed up. Here it is. Now get on over there, all right? There's a doorman out front. You can go deal with it, okay? All right. I got it. I'm taking it. I'll see you back. And get back here. We got more orders after that when you're done. I'm on my way. Get the darn car. Time to get out of here. Get out and drive to the Bronx. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I mean, for those of you who've never been involved in delivery driving, it's a strange world. You're going to run into all kinds of problems and all kinds of people and all kinds of things that happen. All kinds of stories that get stuck with you. I remember one time there's new customers. New customers are the worst when you're a delivery driver. Because oftentimes they don't understand the whole system, the whole way that it's supposed to work. They order their food, and they figured, the delivery driver there comes on over, and you pay for it, and then off he goes. No tips. I was in a new customer. I was over there in Westchester, just north of the radio station here, and I was driving on over to this place, and I brought it on over. It was a $90 order. It was $94 and change. I get on over there, and he hands me $95. Thanks a lot, sir. I mean, what do you do in a time like this? What do you do with $95 with a 50-cent tip? I mean, do you stop and say, sir, did you forget to tip? I mean, I never get involved with that. I don't know what to do with this. There's two kinds of people who don't tip, by the way. There's the kinds who do it brashly, boldly. The no-tipper who looks you dead in the eye and he says, thank you very much. And he hands you $1 more than the price of the food. And then there's the one who knows that these are usually people who are ignorant of the fact that they're not tipping. They think they're doing a good thing. I give them a few extra cents. Yeah, they're getting paid anyway. This kind of thing. Then there's the people who know that they're doing wrong. And as a driver, let me just tell you this now. As a driver, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. I know if you know. You can get up to the door there, and somebody they got their neck held down and their head held just over their shoulders there, and usually got their arms crossed, and you hand them the food there, and they go, thanks a lot, and they sign the little thing for the credit card, and there's that little spot there that says tip, and they don't write anything, you see. A person who doesn't tip is not going to write no tip or zero or slash it out. They're just going to not sign in that spot there. They're going to write the amount, it's $61.35 there, and they write $61.35, sign, hand it back, and slink back into their place. They don't say thank you or anything. They just take it. Oh, get out of here. These no-tippers. I see you out there. I know who's out there doing it. Don't you think you can fool me? And I remember. I go back to a place. If I ever go back to a place that didn't tip, well, first of all, we usually tell, over the phone, hey, you going to take care of the driver? And, well, if this doesn't happen, well, then there's trouble. There's lots of trouble. But I tell you, there's all kinds of things that come with this business of delivery driving. You come back to that restaurant there. You come back on into the restaurant that you've been driving around, and you open that front door, and you step on in, and there's that crowd of people, and you walk in, and you go, all right, where is the next order going to? All right, this one's going up to Tuckahoe. All right, Main Street in Tuckahoe. All right, fantastic. Pack it all up there. Pack it in, pack it on. All right, off you go. And you're out into the cold. It's a scary thing, It's a term that I've heard called the liminal space. Have you heard this term before? The liminal space is sort of the time of transition. Delivery drivers exist in a perpetual state of transition. We are men and women on the threshold constantly. Never quite in the store, never quite out of the store. I mean, we're not a customer. This would be completely out of the loop. The way the manager deals with customers. I've seen managers. I've had a manager who she would come up to me and she'll say, my back is... And this is a woman who, when she's dealing with me and talking to the staff, is an endless stream of obscenities. Just my back and these people. It's just an endless stream of obscenities coming out of her, and she's going on and on and on. And she'll turn right around and walk over to a table, and right there, hi, how can I help you? Oh wow, that's an excellent choice. Thank you very much, and I'll bring your drinks out to you right away. She comes on over to the back where the staff is hanging around, and these stupid people at that table. Probably not going to tip, or I'm going to stiff me on the bill. And in this stream, I can't say these words on the radio, of course. I can't say what she's saying to us and the staff. It's non-stop. Off she goes. And so I'll take an order. One time, I remember I took an order one time. It was a long time ago now. It was during a hurricane. Yeah, lest you think that restaurants shut down. It's a buck. They got to make the money, It's all about the dough, man. And if somebody's going to order during a hurricane, by gosh, they're going to fill that order. So I went off during this hurricane. It was last summer, actually. There was a big hurricane that rolled through. I think it was about June. We're coming up to our own June now, but it was last June. Big hurricane rolled through this area, and it knocked out power. And not only did it knock out power, it also knocked out the cell phone services. So the way that we worked here is we took our order via the phone. Somebody was able to call using their landline to our landline, which happened to still work. And they called up there and they said, we'd like an order to this spot over in Mount Vernon. It's a little apartment building, maybe 3 stories, and one of those buzzer boxes up on the front. It says 1A, 2A, and you push the thing and they let you in and you go up. So this guy's delivery was up on the 3rd floor. It was something like 3B. Up on the 3rd floor, this little apartment building. And I take my delivery order, and I go out over there in the middle of a hurricane, mind you, and the wind is blowing and everything. I'm sitting in the car, and I'm trying to get my car down over this thing, and I'm driving over gigantic branches that are falling down all around me. I'm trying to get to this place, and finally, I pull up to this place in front of the thing there, and I get out. And I look around me, and it's at nighttime now. This is sort of the hurricane is about passed over us now. The remnants of it are still coming down, but it's nighttime. And I look up this thing, and I realize there's no power up and down the whole block, nothing. The only lights are my car lights. So I got to use my car lights to find this little apartment building. And so I pull them on. And I pull out my cell phone to try and look at the map. No cell service. I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Okay. And I'm looking at these numbers. Finally, I find it. Number 55. There I am, number 55. No power on the buzzer box. I'm hitting 3B. I'm pushing that button there. Nothing. No buzz, no nothing. Okay. I'm going to pull out my phone. I'll call them. This is what I would usually do. The buzzer boxes aren't working in a lot of buildings in the Bronx. So I pull out my little phone and I start to dial the number. No cell service. I can't call them. I mean, now what would you do in a situation like this? What would you do? You got the food. It's hot and steaming. It's in your hand right now. You are standing on the 1st floor of a 3-story building, and your delivery is to 3B on the 3rd floor. Well, I'll tell you what I started doing. I started yelling. Delivery! Delivery 3B! Hello! I started to yell. I'm yelling up a storm. I'm yelling. Hello! Delivery! Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I couldn't get this guy's attention. I start banging on windows. I start banging on nearby places. People are walking all around. There's little children in the street. They're walking by. They're saying, what's that crazy man doing, Mom? And the mothers are walking by, and I'm saying, Delivery 3B! Is anybody home? Nothing at all. Oh, jeez. You want to know what happened? Well, I tell you what happened. I stayed for about 20 minutes, and he called the restaurant. He called the restaurant from his 3rd-story apartment. He said, where is your delivery guy? I'm waiting for 20 minutes now, and I haven't heard from him once. Meanwhile, I'm down on the street. 3B delivery! Hello! He's yelling at my manager, and so my manager's now frantically trying to get in touch with me. Of course, I have no cell service. So here we are, everybody's yelling at each other, and everybody's mad because he can't hear me yelling from the base of the apartment. Delivery! Well, nobody said this world was perfect. Nobody said this world was a laugh a minute. It's the whole business. I tell you what happened, though. I got that guy his food. And you want to know what he tipped me? He tipped me all of $2 for a $70 order. So, friend, don't worry. Don't worry, friend. It's going to be okay. Tip your delivery drivers, would you? That's the only thing I've got to say. This whole show, there's one moral to this entire story, is for crying out loud, tip your delivery drivers. Because they go to great lengths to try and deliver food, and all you ever do is yell at our managers. And I know I'm going to be here on WVOX, and I'm telling these kinds of stories, and I'm yelling and hollering about the way things are, and you're going to go and you're going to yell at my managers. Yell at my manager, tell him about it. This man on the radio is telling goofy stories about delivery drivers. I just want to hear some nice music. Where's that man who plays the nice, smooth R&B and jazz? I don't want to hear this nonsense about the delivery driver. Well, ma'am, don't you worry, he's coming right up. So just hang tight and keep your radio station tuned to WVOX. You keep your knees loose, friend, and tip your drivers!